Last week, on the day we opened this historical virtual Madz Choral Festival, some parts of our country were hit by a super typhoon, just a few days after another storm passed. And these happened after months of being on lockdown, on quarantine, of being isolated and detached from everyone, of facing illness and death. After we all had to make abrupt decisions and changes on our individual plans and directions on our lives. But we cling on to hope. It is necessary for us to hold on to even just a glimmer of hope. Though this may seem very difficult for many of us, it seems so much meaningful that we will soon be entering the season of Advent, a season for waiting, for expectation for the coming of that star that shall illumine the night and dispel the darkness. It must remind us of hope that we will soon witness the breaking of dawn, balang araw, the coming of a new day for all of us when we shall sing again, when we shall go out singing, dancing, rejoicing. We must hold on to hope. Let us help others also find hope. May our songs be its bearers, and may our voices be heard. Tonight's repertoire, we would like to believe, by divine providence and design, includes music that will remind us that God, in the history of salvation, manifested Himself, His amazing love, more fully, more brilliantly, when the world was enveloped in darkness. Tonight's concert must remind us that we are not alone, that God leads us along, that He is here with us right at this very moment. Hold on to hope. He is our only hope.
Hello viewers from all over the world. Magandang gabi Pilipinas. Good morning America. Guten Tag. Buenos dias. Buongiorno Italia. I'm Candy from Italy and we welcome you to the second Sunday of the Madz et al. Virtual Choral Festival. Hello Alfred. Hello Pearl.
Mabuhay. I'm Pearl and I'm broadcasting from Pasig City.
Good evening, and I'm Alfred here in Bangkok.
Tonight, we look forward to seeing 9 amazing choirs, 4 of which will be featuring never before performed works. For everyone's information, last November 1, last week, we opened the festival with 10 choirs and introduced 6 new works. So what are the fun facts about the Madz et al. Virtual Choral Festival this year? Well, This year, because it's a virtual choral festival, we're able to gather and welcome 66 choirs from the Philippines, from the USA, Europe, and South America. More so, we are so excited to introduce our roster of 51 talented and hardworking conductors and feature 32 uh, new works and 13 new choral arrangements. Diba, nakaka-overwhelm ito? And so for tonight's concert, I hope that we get inspired by the choirs that traveled virtually from as far as Bacolod City and Los Angeles, USA.
And because it's virtual, in the time of pandemic, choral life poses special challenges for us, not just in performing, but also in rehearsing and in general, keeping up the choral life in these unusual times. So our first performer, our first performing conductor, will tell us a little bit more about what is it like to maintain choral life. So here is one very passionate conductor and advocate whose son and husband are Madz members too. Let's welcome Irma Tan Su.
A great American proverb teaches us that it takes a village to raise a child. This is what Resound Philippines is all about. Having the support of the families and even my own. The Philippine Musica Singers, through its Madz music studio, have assisted me and my singers in various ways since 2018, from yearly summer voice lesson to a recital concert at the PICC to performances during the Madzatal and many more. Even in this time of the pandemic, when face-to-face rehearsals were put to a halt, and that kids are obviously challenged by the seemingly endless virtual lessons, the Madz still continue to work with the kids through regular one-on-one and group coaching, helping them see the value of music making, creating that healthy work-life balance that they need. In our presentation for tonight, the Resound Philippines hopes to not only share and help promote Philippine culture with this medley of 2 folk songs. We also see the beautiful collaborative effort of the parents, technical team, and the Madz through their virtual voice teachers, and Mr. Robert Delgado, who did the arrangement, accompaniment, and the final sound work. May this video give joy and entertainment, and make us see the amazing wonders of working together and of music and the lives of our children.
Ang tuba sa baybay, patente mo
Wow. Resound Philippines, thank you very much. And thanks to Tita Irma, your energy, your passion, that was really so much fun. Clearly, the pandemic is not stopping you.
Holding the reins of the second choir to perform is Bernadette De Leon, who belonged to the Madz Batch 69, the first batch that was able to go out of the Philippines for an international tour. And they put the Philippine Madrigal Singers into the map of the world by singing their Alleluia Thompson rendition that awed a lot of people in the audience. Now, Tita Bernie, from singer to conductor, the Musica Armonica, has joined the Philippine Madrigal Singers Festival in its first years. And then after that, they lessened their participation because of problems with children growing up and so on. And now we have a very big surprise for you because they're coming back to us with grown-up adults who have also bloomed in their career. So to talk about this choir again is a singer from the Musica Armonica, Ria De Leon.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce our conductor, Bernadette Acena De Leon. She's fondly called Tita Bernie by the choir members, but I get the joy and honor of calling her Mama. My mom belongs to the glorious batch of madrigal singers that performed at the Lincoln Center, New York in 1969. Tonight, she presents the alumni members of the Musica Armonica Youth Ensemble, of which I am a part of. Our group has had the privilege of performing in the et al. Festivals 4 times in the past. The first one was in 1988, and that was the year our group was formed. And we were only in our teenage years, high school and college students. And the next 3 outings were in 1992, 1995, and 2007. The last time I performed was in 1995. That was 25 years ago. And the tutti performance song was Prayer of St. Francis. And to be able to sing that in sign language as well was one of the highlights of my et al. Experience. We have so many fond memories from participating in the et al. Festival, but what stands out the most was the feeling of great pride and honor to be in the company of amazing singers. Lahat ng sumasali ang gagaling. So the goal was not to outclass any other choir, but to outclass ourselves and sing the best as we can. And I remember we would be singing on stage with all the other great choirs plus the madrigal singers, and then to hear surround sound of amazing music being sung and to be part of it. Oh, it's truly a goosebumps moment for me. Our group is extremely thrilled to join again this year because it's virtual. We grabbed this once-in-a-lifetime chance to reunite and sing together after many years because it was physically impossible to do so before because we live continents apart. So go kami sa labat to death for love of singing, for love of music. But truly, we are grateful that we get to deliver this beautiful message of hope that loved ones, families, and friends separated by the pandemic will be reunited someday, balang araw.
Oh
Ria is the daughter of the conductor Bernadette de Leon. Well, and also she was the lyricist of their music, the song Balang Araw, which was also put to music by the very famous composer Robert Delgado.
All of our music so far has spoken to one very important message, a message of hope, especially valuable during these difficult times. Here are our choristers from the participating choirs of tonight's performance who will share their thoughts about hope.
Yesterday is but a dream. Tomorrow is only a vision. But today well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness and every tomorrow a vision of hope.
Listen to the mustn'ts, child. Listen to the don'ts. Listen to the shouldn'ts, the impossibles, the won'ts. Listen to the never haves. And then listen close to me. Anything can happen, child. Anything can be.
Even in our dark times, God is still there. His light still shines.
God is our shelter and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble. So we will not be afraid, even if the earth is shaken and mountains fall into the ocean depths, even if the seas roar and rage, and the hills are shaken by the violence. Be still and know that I am God.
I am very happy that Samahang Banal na Mag-anak Chorale is singing again tonight. I remember meeting Kuya Ronald Bello, na super mabait and approachable at the Film Life Theater before it closed down. That was maybe some 8 or 10 years ago. At iba pang choir ang kasama niya sa et al. The time. And so, from then on, laging present na sila sa pagsali sa Madz et al. Festival. At hanggang kasama na nga nila ay ang ni Kuya Ronald ay ang Samahang Banal na Mag-anak Chorale. And so, pagka nag-uusap kami, lagi niya sinasabi, Pearl, excited na kami pumunta dyan kasi we always look forward to joining the Madz every year. So, nakakatuwa, diba? So, ladies and gentlemen, the ever-present, never-absent Mr. Ronald Bello.
In a world filled with hate, we must still dare to hope. In a world filled with anger, we must still dare to comfort. In a world filled with despair, we must still dare to dream. In a world filled with distrust, we must still dare to believe. Our lives have been turned upside down. A handshake, coffee with friends, or going to mass have become threats to us. But in the midst of all this, God is whispering, "Look up, I am here." God's amazing love is the hope we need and the light that will always guide us through. Here to sing my original composition, our Samahang Banal na Mag-anak Chorale, with the song, Amazing Love.
So teach me, Lord.
Ay, you really can't help but to feel more hopeful and grateful after listening to this very uplifting song of the Samahang Banal na Mag-anak Chorale. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ronald, for this very uplifting music. Anyway, to uplift you also, as we have promised from the beginning of season 2 of Madz Talk, we will always insert in some pocket segments of our 4 hosts, very wonderful hosts, who will talk on different things about choral life.
One of the 4 segment hosts who is joining us tonight, the first of 4, is going to be the segment that enriches you and connects you to the bigger choral world out there. So here is Enreconnect with Enrico Lagasca, who is joined on his segment by the famous and one of the most favorite choral composers of our time, Alejandro Consolacion II, or AJ.
In the roaring Catholic in the silence of my lonely room.
Hi AJ, so wonderful.
Hi, Emmy.
Thank you for saying yes to be my guest tonight. Already on our second episode of the Madz et al. Virtual Choral Festival. So tonight you have a new work, a world premiere actually, by Mary Jane Egloso's choir. MJ Egloso is a Madz alumna, as our viewers know, and she conducts the Sinirangan Chamber Singers. And I'm very much looking forward to hearing that piece. And this piece, with text by Jericho Ponce Reynaldo, is entitled "We Shall Sing Again."
I remember when MJ asked if I have a music that they can actually record virtually for the Madz et al. This year, because it's a very unique Madz et al. No, but you can see here people who are so eager to sing together, but they can't because of the limitations of the pandemic. And what we can do technically is to inspire them, to give them hope that probably we will meet again.
I would invite our audiences after this performance, to just go online and immerse themselves to a work by AJ Consolacion. What would you like us to listen to at this very moment?
No, you can type AJ Constellation in YouTube, and so there's a compilation of music that I performed, and one of my objectives is actually to provide a music for serenity and for relaxation and for meditation.
We all need a little peace at this time. So thank you for compiling that, and I personally will make sure that I will check that out, and I invite our audiences to check that out. But for the meantime, thank you again so much for being here, and I am so excited. We are also excited to hear this world premiere.
Thank you.
And again, I can't wait to see you again soon. Make music with you again soon. Please take care. Stay safe all the time, and I would like to present our next performer, the Sinirangan Chamber Singers, conducted by Mary Jane Egloso, with text by Jericho Ponce Reynaldo, this world premiere by Alejandro Consolacion, "We Shall Sing Again."
Thank you, AJ, and thank you to MJ, Mary Jean Egloso, and thank you to our friends from Tacloban. You really have a story to tell in your music. And for our viewers, stay tuned because MJ, the conductress MJ, will say a little bit more about that story later on in the show.
Well, the Madz et al. Is not just choirs conducted or handled or trained by the Madz, but also we include in the et al. Family those choirs and conductors who are trained by the Madz through workshops and choral mentoring and clinics that we do.
So this includes our participants who were mentored by Ma'am Oy or Sir Mark in the choral hands-on workshop that we do for the CCP, and in our outreach programs, meron tayong Sing Cavite, Sing Batangas, Sing Cagayan de Oro, and Sing Bacolod and things like that. In those outreach, meron din ang Madz, particularly si Ma'am Oy, si Sir Mark, na mga kinukok at mga minentor at choirs that we have taken on under our wings to develop. Kasama rin po ang ibang sa mga ito sa Madz et al. Family.
And here is one conductor from Cavite who is a product of the Madz workshops or training programs. Miss Odette Galura will tell us more.
Hello, my name is Odette Galura and I sang with the Madz from 1998 to 2004. Steve and I have been friends even before I joined the Philippine Magical Singers. I know his passion for choral music and for teaching. I was blessed to have worked with his choir first in 2001, 3 years into my affiliation with the Madz. This led to his very active participation in the Madz et al. Choral festivals that followed. The thing with the Madz, according to Steve, is that it reminds him and his singers the value of hard work and the transformative power of sharing music to other people. Participating in the Madz et al. Inspires them very much. They learn a lot from just being amongst the country's most talented choirs and conductors. They look forward to singing for this festival every year. Steve has never missed a Madz et al. Festival since 2001. No pandemic can stop him nor his singers in reaching out to all of you tonight to remind us that in the midst of all these challenges, there is only one person that should be at the center of our lives. Performing Tanging Ikaw by Professor Raul Lanticand and arranged by Professor Joel Navarro, Friends, the Coro Techniuv with Mr. Steve Collado, conductor.
heard that in your region there in Cavite, there was a difficulty in achieving good Wi-Fi connections. But then, despite all these difficulties, especially also last Sunday when it was raining, then you always brought hope. You always brought the singers to have hope, and also us viewers to have hope. So thank you very much. And from a Waray, who I am, to another Waray, MJ Egloso, who will bring us a very beautiful story about hope.
My name is MJ Egloso. I used to sing with the Philippine Magical Singers from 2012 to 2015. It was actually in 2008 when I first trained with them, but then I decided to leave because of school. But when I finished in 2012, I decided to come back and sing with them. I can say that I never regretted the decision because it opened a lot of opportunities for me as a musician. I will never forget the training and discipline I received from Sir Mark. I can say that my experience with the Madz helped me to become the musician I am today. Today, we also commemorate the 7th year anniversary of Typhoon Yolanda. November 8, 2013, we were in Tuguegarao during a regional concert when Typhoon Yolanda hit Tacloban City. That was the most difficult time in my life, not knowing if my family is safe. And still, you need to be professional and perform at the concert. But then I realized at that time that I needed to change my life decision considering my family and my community. Because I can't help but feel guilty performing here and there when you know that you are needed at home. So when I finished grad school in 2016, I decided to come home for good. Right now, I am teaching music in my own music studio, and I also conduct a community choir, the Sinirangan Chamber Singers. My purpose in founding this choir is to help passionate singers from Eastern Visayas to improve their choral singing skills and together use music to serve the community. Because of the pandemic, choirs around the globe shifted to virtual singing. The SCS is also trying to do the same, to keep ourselves active and to focus to something more positive. The SCS is grateful to be part of this growing choral family, and we hope that the Madz et al. Continue to motivate and bring the Filipino choral community together. Our next performer tonight is the Afterglow Singers, conducted by a dear friend, Irvin Lumawag. The ministry is a Bacolod-based voluntary choir composed of various professionals and students from different Christian churches who convene regularly. Kuya Irvin is a close friend and actually my batchmate in Madz. We joined the US tour in 2013 before he left the group. And last year, we actually invited him to Tacloban to conduct a choral workshop for the Sinirangan Chamber Singers with another Madz alumna, Ate M. Alcantara. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the Afterglow Singers with their conductor, Irvin Lumawag.
Shady green pastures, so rich and so sweet, God leads his dear children along, where the waters cool flow bathes the weary ones meet. God leads his dear children along. Some through the water, some through the flood, some through the fire, but all through the blood. Some through great sorrow, Sometimes on the mount where the sun shines so bright, God leads his dear children along. Sometimes in the valley, in darkest of night, God leads his dear children along. Some through the water, some through the flood, some through the fire, but all through the blood. Some through great sorrow, but God gives a song in the night season and all the day long. God will take care of you through every
Ever since I met Irvin, sa UP pa lang, sa UP Music pa lang, I have always known him to be a very passionate servant of God. And it exudes in his person, like he is Mr. Congeniality sa College of Music. Lahat na lang kinakawayan niya, binabati niya, lahat kilala siya. And also, crush siya ng bayan kasi nga magaling ng kumanta, ang gwapo pa, ang bait pa. Lahat kaibigan niya. And mahilig lang siya talagang tumawa. Parang ano lang siya. Yun na yun, pastime na yun. Ling. And so, and it's been a while since Afterglow joined the et al. So I'm very, very happy that they are here with us this year.
Yes. Thank you, Irvin. Now we are going to feature our other segment hosts, this time to give all of our viewers and all of our choristers who are joining us some pocket or little tidbit of information and coaching about your voice. So now it's time to loosen up and let's join in the sing out session with Coach Kat.
Sing out session. Hi, welcome back to Sing Out Session Q&A with me, Coach Kat, where I will be answering some of your frequently asked questions about the singing voice. We have another phone-in question for today. This is from Jason Clemente of Pasig. Now, his question goes, Miss Kat, bawal daw po kumain ng chocolate ang singers bago kumanta. Yes, I would advise you not to eat chocolates before singing, since it has a high sugar content, no, that dries our throat, and if it contains milk, we can also develop phlegm. So if you have to eat chocolates, do so on other days and limit your consumption to a few bites only. Remember to drink lots of water too. So, this is Sing Out Session Q&A, and I hope you like this tip on taking care of your voice. Here are our next performers. Enjoy!
Hello at magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Welcome to the second week of the Madz et al. Virtual Choir Festival. Ang susunod na piyesa I wrote for the University of Asia and the Pacific and Ate Ana Abeleda Piquero. Ito ay isang setting ng text by Juan X, Tula, Tulala. When I received this commission, Ate Ana sent me a book of text by Juan X at pinili ko itong particular poem na ito because I was attracted to the alliteration in the title, Tula, Tulala. At para siyang riddle. It's like a riddle for me. I just found the message of this piece, the text, to be particularly inspiring, and it lent itself well to rhythmic composition, which I was very interested in engaging with at that time. Tula, kung umaga, sa gabi tulala. Enjoy the performance.
Tula, tulala, tula, tulala, tula, tulala, tula, tulala, tula, tula, tulala, tulala, tula, tula, tulala, tulala, tula, tulala, tulala, tula, tula, tulala, 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 tula, tulala, tula, tula, tulala, tulala, tula, tula, tulala, tulala, tula, tulala, tulala, tula, tula, tulala, tulala, tula, tulala, 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 sa gabi tulala, sa gabi gising na, gising na aking mahal, gising na, gising na aking mahal, gising, tulala,
Tula,
tula, tula, tula, tulala, tulala, tula, tula.
Sonder Choi, Ana Abeleda, what a collaboration. Always. I don't think this is the first time they collaborated, and I hope this is not the last time they collaborate, because together these two creates such joy, such fun, such beauty, such innovation when two of them get together. And we, the viewers, benefit from that. And I'm sure their choirs like UNAP enjoy doing this. Buti na lang may mga collab na ganyan.
There is only one thing we should hang on to, and that one thing is hope. Let our choristers now share with all of you their thoughts on what hope is for them.
Faith goes up the stairs that love has built and looks out the windows which hope had opened.
Amidst joy and despair, abundance and distress, celebrations of life or threats of death, whether hope rings true or misery takes hold, the Lord leads and takes care of his own. Nothing can snatch them away from the Father's hand.
Find the seed at the bottom of your heart and bring forth the flower.
In the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer.
As we find ourselves living in a time of great uncertainty, we must be steadfast in our belief and hope that all this shall pass. There will be a new joy, a new tomorrow, and a better world someday.
Baby Malvar. Tawag namin sa Madz, Reina. Very colorful, so much fun, so dramatic. But this next segment is not about her.
Hello everyone! I met Jello Francisco when he joined the Madz in 1992 and stayed on until 1994. He was my luggage partner and he never complained with my 10K luggage. He was also the original soloist of the Coconut Nut. He also directed a choir in Manila who participated in the Madz et al. Festival, the Emilio Aguinaldo Choir, now known as the Voice of Manila. And he conducted an et al. Festival piece that time, Alleluia by Jerry Dada. After the Madz, he sang with a three-of-a-kind group composed of two other Madz singers, Edward Granadosin and Eddie Nepomuceno, where they concertized in the USA. Jello also did stage musicals in Manila, Brunei, Los Angeles, and Singapore. He migrated to the USA with his family and currently is the music director of St. John the Baptist de La Salle Parish in Granada Hills and the artistic director-conductor of the Philippine Chamber Singers of Los Angeles, California, USA. We can be God's hands and feet, but not sure if we can be His heart. We can have His kind of heart, but not be His heart. Only God sees and knows the hearts of every human being. The emotional song I was referring to is Your Heart Today by Father Manoling Francisco S.J. of the Bukas Palad Ministry, arranged by Reynan Alamis, which will be performed by the Philippine Chamber Singers from Los Angeles, California, USA. An innovative vocal ensemble that shares the traditional and evolving spectrum of the Filipino choral music with the widest possible audience. recognized as one of the best vocal groups in Los Angeles. The choir is directed by Jello Francisco.
Wait, how many copies are you printing, hon? Did you think we were actually going to rehearsal?
So this song is our tribute for the frontliners and essential workers as they continue to work day in and day out. So let's have them in our hearts and minds as we sing.
And the more photos of healthcare or home care we have, the better. So that includes any essential work, anything in the hospitals. So if you have any questions.
There is fear I can allay, where there is pain I can heal, where there are wounds I can bind, and hunger I can fill. Lord, grant me courage. Lord, grant me strength. Grant me compassion, that I may be your heart today.
Where there is hate, I can confront. Where there are yokes, I can release. Where there are captives, I can free. And anger, I can appease.
Lord, grant me courage. Lord, grant me strength. Grant me compassion, that I may be your heart today.
When comes the day I dread, to see your broken world, compel me from my cell-grown cold, that your people I may behold. Where there is fear, and allay, where there is pain, I can heal. Where there are wounds, I can bind, and hunger when I've done all that I could, yet there are hearts I cannot move. Lord, give me hope that I may be your heart today. Your heart today.
Thank you, Philippine Chamber Singers. That was really so much of the heart. Well,
Yes.
anyway, thank you, Jello, also for this participation at the Ed Adult Festival after so many years. And to the viewers, do you know that Jello was inspired by the Madz et al. Festival, and now together with the Philippine Chamber Singers, they are putting up a Christmas festival to give us again another segment of hope and other Christmas spirits.
Good work, Jello.
Galing. This person and friend that I'm about to introduce is a multi-talented actor, director. He has directed several of the Madz shows and a prolific thinker, poet, and writer. And of course, like all Madz, he has taken the mission of building up and nurturing choirs.
This year plunged me into a kind of daily contemplations. It helps that I begin the days with morning prayers and reflections on the Word. The products of these reflections seem to be that I have been moved to write a lot of poems that I share with musician friends. There is that desire that these poems may be transformed into music so that they may reach more people. The Madz et al. Choral Festival this year gave me an opportunity then to share 5 of these works, 4 of which are in collaboration with Nico Villanueva, and the other one is with Ailey Matthew Mañano. Deeply woven in the fabrics of this poetry are contemplations on the Word of God and our history of salvation. Singhap sa Dilim, to be performed by the Makiling Voices, attempts to capture the deep-seated pains and frustrations of man and the desire to create and to sing amidst all these. In Ilang Tinig Maririnig Mula sa Ilang, to be premiered by the UP-LB Choral Ensemble, I looked at our socio-political scenarios. We have been divided as a people. We speak of and even incite division. This piece serves as the voice crying out in the wilderness, announcing, peace is coming. Shema Yisrael Ephatha, presented last week by the St. John Bosco Parish Chorale, is an admonition for us to listen to God as He commands us, be opened, be healed, be heard. Padayon, the piece I wrote for Sonos Voices of Hope, encourages us to do actions, to live. And tonight, we will premiere a piece, the text of which I wrote to give us comfort and to give us hope. He is here. God is here. This is to be presented by a gathering of young singers I have come to work with and guide throughout the years. This is Himig Batlaya.
With all these, the heart yearns to believe God is
Everyone will stay quiet
Sometimes you need joy and inspiration to speak to you through music. And this music by Nico Villanueva, Joey Vargas, and Himig Batlaya does a very good job of doing that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I know a lot of you have been looking forward to this portion where you would like to sing with the Madz et al. Sing-along portion. Well, here we are now to introduce this with the Tutti song for the festival.
Wait. Before we go there, first things first, number one, we hope you downloaded the score, which is available at the Facebook page of the Madz Music Studio, and you have a chance to study it because we're going to take another part. But more importantly, somebody has a very important reminder. Somebody wants to give you very important tips how to make this rehearsal or any rehearsal more productive. So, pakinggan, bago na yung mag-ensayo, let's listen to the reminders from our very own Queen Corona.
Presenting Her Royal Highness Queen Corona of Oriana.
Hello! As promised by your queen, I will teach you how to become a royalty episode after episode. As I imparted my royal knowledge in the previous episode, arriving early and preparing before the rehearsal is important. Another tip that I will gracefully impart with you is to stay focused in the entire duration of the practice. Choir practice deserves your undivided attention, either physically or virtually. Trust that the conductor will start and end the rehearsal on time. No need to worry after the practice. I am certain that you will still be in the same lifetime, so no need to check on your watch or mobile phones from time to time. More tips shall be imparted by your queen in the next episodes. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Adieu!
Magandang gabi and welcome again to Madz Sing-Along. Now, as you know, we're doing parts of the festival piece Our Voices Will Be Heard, which will be sung at the end of the program. So, let's get right to it. We will go straight to the second verse kasi yung first verse natin will be sung by soloists, yung ating mga conductors. So now, we will be reading measures 24 to 31. We will have a listen of the melody of the sopranos, and here it is.
Modern day and past can live as one. We share the light, the heat from our own sun. Even if we're lost in a crowd, a village it takes and we will be found.
We will be focusing on the accompanying voices, who will be singing dat, 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 dat. Now, makikita ninyo in your score that the notes, aside from being separated by rests, sa ibabaw or sa ilalim ay mayroong tuldok or a dot, which means they should be sung staccato or short and detached. Now the tenors and the basses, they will be singing on beat. So let's have a listen to that.
Da 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 da.
Now, tenors and basses, sing along with the Madz. Ready?
Da 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 da.
Okay, now the altos naman, they will be singing the first 2 lines of the melody along with the sopranos. After that, from the darat part, they will be singing with the tenors and the basses, but they will be singing in syncopation, so offbeat. Now, the important thing to remember here, altos, is to maintain the subdivided beats in your head so that the syncopation comes out evenly. Let's listen to the altos against a metronome as they sing these measures.
Morning, day, and past live as one. We share the light, the heat from our own sun. Da 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 da.
Okay, altos, prepare to sing along. Here we go.
Morning, day, and past live as one. We share the light, the heat from our own sun. Da 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 da.
Okay, everyone, let's all together sing this part at idagdag na natin to sa alam natin when we sing the festival piece later. Get ready? Here we go.
Modern day and past live as one. We share the light, the heat from our own sun. Even if we're lost in a crowd, a village it takes and we will be found.
Great job, everyone. Sing with us later, ha? See you again next week for Madz Sing Along. Bye.
It's now time to say goodnight, and we are about to perform the finale song, Our Voices Will Be Heard, where all 9 participating choirs will sing together. It is also the time when you are viewers, you've rehearsed with Jello earlier, so please join in and sing the finale song. But wait, we still have one surprise for you. Starting today, November 8th, until our 6th show, which is on December 6th, for 5 Sundays starting now, we are going to have a game, the Madz et al. Trivia. So after I speak, you are going to see a screen with 1 Madz et al. Trivia question. Send your correct answer to the email provided by the deadline, which is on Wednesday at 1 a.m. We will know the deadline because your email will have a date and stamp, as all emails do. You can send, anybody can join, and then send as many answers as you can. We will put together all the correct answers, kasi syempre merong mali. All the correct answers will be put together, and we will select correct answer number 1, correct answer number 5, and correct answer number 10. So everybody.
Wait, Alfred.
Yes.
Alfred, pwede bang sumali kami ni Pearl dyan?
Pwede
Okay.
ba?
Everybody can join.
No. Everybody can join except bawal si Candy mag-join. Candy cannot join. Pearl cannot join. The whole Madz Talk Plus and Madz et al. Team cannot join. The Madz Studio team cannot join. And the segment host, yung 4, cannot join. Sir Mark cannot join. Cannot join. But everybody else, Madz, current members, probies, trainees, alumni, all the conductors, all the choristers, your family, your friends, lahat ng friends ninyo, pati yung mga na-unfriend ninyo, pwedeng sumali, lahat ng kamag-anak, lahat ng kabarangay ninyo, pwedeng sumali. But we will select 3 answers, 3 winners, which is all the correct answers, the 1st, the 10th, and the 15th winner. I did the 1st, the 5th, and the 10th. Sorry, 1, 5, and 10. First, 5th, and first, 5th, and first 10th winner, number 1, number 5, number 10 correct answers, will be our winners for this round. And we will have 5 rounds of trivia. Ngayon, it's here. Next episode, this trivia question will be somewhere inside the show. Okay? So let's look at this question now in this screen.
Thank you to all the participating choirs and conductors for tonight's concert. And also our heartfelt thanks to all the audio and video editors of all the et al choirs tonight.
Yes, sila talaga naghirap in this virtual world.
Before we put down the curtains, I would like to thank also the Cultural Center of the Philippines, who has always been behind us in going to streaming this Madz et al. Virtual Festival. And of course, I would like to give every Madz singer, magical singer, conductors, connected to the Madz, whatever, for all the help, for all the things you have done for us, for making kup-kup to other people, for teaching a lot of lessons, for singing and singing and singing. Thank you very much. We are really a big family. And good night to everyone, and please keep on for the virtual song, Tutti. Our voices will be heard.
Good night, everyone. Let's sing.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Look at all the places we have gone.
There was a time we used to live as one.
Look at all the things that we have learned. The way we rise, so we fall and burn.
Why do we say that we went off the path?
See, I'm where I am because of where I was at.
Let's keep ahead, and our voices will be heard.
Whoa.
Our voices will be heard.
Whoa.
Modern day and past we live as one. We share the light, the heat from our own sun. Even if we're lost in a crowd, a village it takes and we will be found. Sometimes we hold back the things we want to say, but I'd never live just to fight another day. Let's keep ahead,
And our voices will be heard together.
our voices will be heard.
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 Sometimes our hearts break and sometimes our souls.